Hi everybody, my name is Amy. I'm from New Mexico in the United States and I currently live in Gothenburg, Sweden. I live here with my fiance. We've been here for just over 1 month and we're going to be here for about 2 to 3 years for his work. So I'm making these videos for two reasons. First off, I kind of wanted a video journal option to personally be able to talk about my experiences as an American expat here and see how that kind of changes over the time. So I hope to do these videos every few months and hopefully see what my experience is like. And second off, I wanted to do these videos to help you guys if you're planning on coming to Sweden, what are some things to expect? Either if you're coming just as a tourist or if you're coming to live. Just some things to know. So hopefully these videos, I'm really curious to see how they're going to change over time and what I'm going to learn. And this first video is definitely more about first impressions and what it's like as a first-time short-term American coming to here in Sweden. So let's get started. First off, where do I live? I live in Gothenburg, the city, in the country of Sweden. So I have this really not so nice map that's just continents that I have for kids teach English, but we're going to use it, so bear with me. So Sweden is in the continent of Europe. This is little Europe. The United States is over here. And it's in Northern Europe and Scandinavia, which is this section right here. These three little bumps are the three Scandinavian countries. Over here is Norway. To the west, to the east is Finland, and right between them and here is Sweden. I live in the city Gothenburg, which is considered Sweden's second city because it is the second largest city. The first largest city is in Stockholm, which is on the east coast, and Gothenburg is the second largest city on the west coast. So I live right over here. Sorry for the crappy map. Everyone asks me, oh, it must be really cold and snowy. It's really not. I don't know how normal this weather is, but we came here in February and it's cold. It's in like the 30s and 40s Fahrenheit. So between like 0 and 5 degrees Celsius. It's mostly just windy and rainy, and that's because we live by the coast. So that's where I live. What next? Next is language. So what do they speak in Sweden? Swedish, or svenska, as they say. So Swedish is the national language, but if you're coming here to visit and you speak English, you'll be fine. At least in the big cities, you'll be fine. Sweden has a literacy level of English, I think it's around 80%, don't quote me on that. So most people are pretty fluent or at least conversational in English, at least in the cities. My experience has been that most people can get by communicating with you in English, except for maybe people that are a little older. That's not completely true 100%. But that's basically everyone speaks English. That being said, it became very apparent to both my fiance and I very quickly that if you're going to live here, you need to learn the language. Just like anyone who's lived in another country where they don't speak your language has experienced what it's like to be in a room full of people and not know what's going on because you don't speak the language. We've definitely experienced that, so we're definitely working on learning the language. As a resident here, and my fiance is someone who works here, we qualify to get free Swedish classes. I can't take them yet for paperwork reasons, but I will be able to. So that's language. What's next? Currency. Currency in Sweden. So Sweden is a part of the European Union or EU, but they do not use the euro. And that's for reasons that I guess they somehow got around not having to use the euro and still be a part of the EU. You can Google the reasons why. I'm not going to talk about it here. What do they use? They use the Swedish kroner, or you'll see it also symbolizes SEK. The kroner exchange rate with the US dollar is about 10 Swedish kroner is about $1 US dollars. So say you're spending 100 Swedish kroner, you're spending about 10 US dollars. So the exchange rate is really easy to exchange like in your head. That being said, sometimes I get some sticker shock if I go grocery shopping and I'm spending 500 kroner. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. I'm like, oh, it's just $50. It's okay. So that is the currency. Next is transportation. So, like most European cities, they have really good public transportation. In Gothenburg, they have